Most LinkedIn profiles repel the exact type of client you're looking for. Because a lot of people, what they do is rather than setting up their LinkedIn in order for it to be a landing page, they just set it up as a CV. So it's pretty much kind of just ticking off all the boxes on what you do, but not the impact that you can actually add for people. So this is one of the clients we were working with, and just by setting up their profile, like you can see here from the stats alone, in first 54 days. Now, normally the rule of thumb with LinkedIn is in order to see success, you have to be consistent for at least 90 days. But it just goes to show, by setting your profile up in the right way, you can see results within the first 2 months, which is massive. Because like a 6,250% increase in content performance, obviously with targeted approach. This is with no money spent as well, so this is all free of charge. Members reached up 4,500% in 54 days, because this is the only stat that really matters. How many people are you getting in front of? How many profile views are you getting, etc. So first thing I want to go through is obviously setting up your profile, because like I said, you have to treat it like a landing page. You can't just be as a CV. When people click onto your profile, are you showing them that you're the right person to work with? So like it says here, build a profile that looks like a CV. Now I'm going to use mine as an example for now, but like when you click onto the profile, the first thing people are always going to see is your profile picture, your banner, and your headline. That's your hook. Like at the start of a video, how do you hook people in? How do you reel them to get them to engage with your profile and keep scrolling through? Then connect with anyone and everyone. So you have to be intentional with who you connect with, because like everyone knows the phrase, your network is your net worth. It couldn't be any more true with the people that you're connecting with on LinkedIn. You have to leverage people, you have to get in front of the right clients, and you have to worry about who you're actually connecting with. Is it beneficial to you? Post broadly and hope the right people see. It's another one. A lot of people on LinkedIn, they just post absolute garbage. They're mainly just posting it for the sake of posting it. But you have to be reaching your ICP. I'll go through it in a second. Wait for inbound that never comes. This is another thing. If you set your profile up in the right way, you don't have to fully rely on outbound, because you want to be able to step away from your business and not rely on the outbound to generate leads. You also want to be getting leads passively while you're doing the outbound as well. So you kind of want to have a double approach. Use generic headlines, same as everyone else in your field. So this is a big one with like career coach. So obviously career coach, very straightforward, just says what I do, but helped 300 people land jobs, CV, LinkedIn, interview strategy, also keywords to make me stand out in searches, book an appointment to see how we can help. So it has exactly what I do, social proofing, and they can see the social proof as they scroll through the profile, and then book an appointment to see how we can help. So it has a CTA in it also. You'll notice with most career coaches, just like, I help people get jobs, but they don't actually say how they help people get jobs, they just say it. So just writing it down very simply. So yeah, touching on this again, just reinforcing that, build a profile that functions as a landing page. Connect with intention. Now I won't get into this now, in about 2 minutes I'll walk you through who to connect with, how to connect with them, how to find them, and how you should be utilizing those connections. Post directly at one specific type of person. Now I'm going to make a whole video around this in future, but just to kind of give you a brief idea, like when I say post specifically to one type of person, so you don't want to, like if you have 50 different targets out there and you only have one arrow and you're trying to hit all these different 50 targets at the same time, it's impossible. So you need to niche down. Okay, find out. So let's go with career coaching. Okay, perfect. Career coaching is very broad. There's millions of professionals out there, but I can't reach all of them with one piece of content. So how do I narrow that down? Okay, perfect. Let's focus on just Ireland and the UK. Lovely. Let's even go even more broad. Let's go just Ireland. Let's go Dublin. Okay, perfect. There's 1 million people in Dublin. Who needs jobs the most? Graduates. 0 to 5 years experience. Okay, perfect. So let's reach out to freshers, people that have just graduated, that don't really have a network built up, who need help getting that foot in the door. So rather than just thinking about anyone who needs a job, because everybody needs a job, we're narrowing it down to, okay, people who have just graduated, who need the most help, and I'm aiming my content towards that one type of person. And if you can resonate with at least just one person, all you need then to do then is double down on that content and keep aiming for that one person. Get inside their head. Post what you think they need to see in order to engage with your content. Have a headline that tells your ideal client exactly what you do for them. Like I said, career coach, help 300 plus professionals land jobs, CV, LinkedIn, interview strategy, book an appointment. Very straightforward. Now, next thing, this is another thing, I'm just going to reinforce your LinkedIn, because it is a landing page. Like, you have to keep them engaged. Your profile is your storefront. Couldn't say it better. So 3-second test. So people, normally what people, like, you'll notice this with like children and a lot of people when they're reading books or magazines, they'll look at the pictures first as opposed to the actual writing themselves. So obviously having a professional picture is going to make your profile more attractive. Having a banner then, like, it literally says, I help people find their next job. Looks clean. They're like, okay, perfect, I need a job. Let's keep scrolling down. And next thing then, they look at your headline, putting a little bit more emphasis on this again. Keeps them hooked in. Then we want to scroll down. So the next thing, the about section. No one's going to read your entire about section. Let's be real. But you want to have a nice hook in the first 2 lines. It's just reinforcing your headline, adding a bit of social proof. But don't worry about the copy for the entire about section, but just have a nice enticing hook for the first 2 lines. So look, if you are struggling how to find this, look at other people in your industry, or you can go to the link below, book in a call with me. I can do a complete audit of your LinkedIn specifically for your industry to help you identify what your clients are actually looking for and how to set up your profile. But if you are just really curious about how to do it in the short term, go onto LinkedIn, look at people that are also in your industry, look through all the different profiles, read their about sections and find out what hooks work for them, and just slightly copy it. Don't exactly copy it, but like get the idea of what they're doing. Now, featured. This is something that's really important because, like it says here, prime real estate. So you actually have the option to select what can be in your featured. So what I have is testimonials I've gotten from previous clients, as well as a post that I had where I was actually recognized by the LinkedIn platform as a top career coaching voice on the entire platform. But they don't actually do the badges anymore. I wish they did. It used to look really nice on the profile. But this, you can select what people are going to see when they're on your profile, which is great because it's free. It's like having a billboard on your LinkedIn to highlight what you've done. Services, very straightforward. So if people are looking for those type of services, like you'll notice when I go into services here, so requests, you can go here or you can go to, so like you can see like premium requests. If you have your services set up in the right way, like you can see this, like these are all people I can reach out to. Like I can just send all these people a message. Like look how many potential people that you can, it's crazy. Like if you have this set up like resume review, resume writing, resume review, I can just message all of these people and that's potentially another 50, 60 leads. Now that is outbound, but I get a lot of people inbound from this. They're just people that I haven't connected with it just yet. But you can see here, like you get inbound, you get unlimited outbound, and LinkedIn are literally suggesting you to these people if you have your services set up in the right way. Make sure you get reviews. Social proofing is a big thing. Now, on to the next thing. Looking at your connections. So, if you think about like how many connections can you actually have? So the max is 20,000. Might sound like a big number, but in reality, like if you're using LinkedIn and you plan on expanding your business over the next 5 to 10 years, you have to think about these things early on. So you have to make sure you're laying the foundations correctly because you do have a limited number. So when you reach that 20,000, you don't want to backtrack and say, okay, let me unconnect with all the people that don't make sense, because that is a pain in the ass. And also your network is not built in the right way. So how I like to split it up is never exceed 50 connections a day, but split it into 2. So focus on 25 ideal clients. So you can use Boolean string search requirements. Like on LinkedIn, you can search job title. You can search for even specific companies. You can go to specific types of education, how many years they're working at companies. You can set the location. Like let's say I go Dublin, I'm looking for a managing director of a media company. You can even go more and more niche than that. But connect with 25 potential clients, and then the other 25 I'd focus on creators and influencers. Now obviously the clients is going to be pretty self-explanatory. You're just trying to get in front of people that are going to pay you. But why I think connecting with 25 creators or influencers a day is really, really beneficial is because rather than only having clients in your network, you're also able to leverage other creators and influencers within your industry. So by commenting on their posts, you're getting in front of all their followers. By engaging with them, let's say they engage in your posts, then it's a win-win. Now I'm going to show you some messaging you can use with the creators and influencers to push your reach and kind of create engagement groups where rather than you're just relying on your own content, you can have these like coalitions basically with other influencers and creators to help each other grow. Because there's a great saying in business: if you go alone, you can go fast but you won't go for long. But if you go together, it might be a little bit slower but you can go on for longer. So it's very true on LinkedIn. So leverage your networks. Network is your net worth. Now, this is just how to find your clients. I've already gone through this with the Boolean string. Boolean string is just a turn of phrase for a number of different search requirements that you use when looking for people. So let's say career coaching, entry-level graduates, looking for graduates, juniors based in Dublin or London, obviously filtering out people who are not recruiters. If you're an agency owner, you might be looking for founders, managing directors, director, head of whatever, SaaS, whatever your niche is, niche it down. Find who's most likely to convert into a client, just double down on that specific niche. LinkedIn coach or personal brand, just more and more examples. Now, if you are struggling to find your ICP or you're struggling to do anything that I'm explaining to you now, it's very straightforward, but just go to the link below, book in a call, and we can do an audit of your LinkedIn profile, see what's missing, what's not missing, and we can go through pretty much how you can get your impressions up, how you can get your reach up, your profile views, etc. We can go through everything. Now, next thing, so what to do after they accept. So this is another thing I noticed that people do really badly, if I'm being honest. When they connect with someone or they're connecting with someone, they reach out straight away and they're like, hey, seen you do this, I can help you here, let's work together and help you see results. Now, they don't know you, they don't owe you anything, and if you're overwhelming them and putting them on the spot for a yes or no, or you're suggesting your service to them straight away, they're just trying to think that you're trying to get money off them and not build a meaningful relationship. So chances are they're going to leave you unopened. So I'd say the conversion rate on them type of messages is lower than 1%. It's the same as sending a cold email. You're not really going to get really, really good responses. So how can you maximize the opportunities with every client? Now, obviously, it depends on the type of market you're in. It varies from B2B and B2C, but this is what I've found works the best for my clients. And like day 1 to 3 after you connect with them, engage, like, comment. Don't just comment great post because it's very generic. It took you 2 seconds. It's not actually meaningful. What I suggest in this situation is set up and train like Claude or ChatGPT to reply to comments whenever you copy and paste them in. So it comments on their post and then leaves a thought-provoking question that they can then respond to. And also, the more impressions you get and the more replies you get on the comments that you leave on other posts, LinkedIn actually rewards that because it sees your comments as valuable and your insights as valuable, and the algorithm will start like pushing out your content to other people because it sees you as a thought leader. So something to keep in mind. So that's just day 1 to 3. Then day 4 to 5, usually I found is like the golden period. So they've seen your name a few times. They're starting to build that parasocial relationship with you. Send them an open message like, hey, seen your profile, seen you're doing this. Great work, love to stay in touch in future. Once they reply, oh yeah. How are you finding things? How has it been? Certain questions that are then going to open them up to a potential pitch. And then on the tour, and then obviously day 7 plus, after genuine engagement, if they've connected with you, then you can start leading them into the pitch and nurturing them. So obviously it's a little bit of a longer game, it does take a little bit more effort, but it's going to boost your conversion rates and help you build better quality conversations. Now, obviously that's just for the ideal clients themselves, but when we move across to connecting with creators, essentially what we're trying to do here is we're trying to build relationships with people who are selling to similar audiences as you, because that way, rather than going by yourself and relying only on yourself to get clients, you can also leverage other people's networks and kind of piggyback on some of the work they're doing, but I don't think they care once you're helping them and they're helping you. So usually There's great posts. I'd love to add you to my daily engagement list. If you're open to mutual support, always looking to grow alongside other creators. Very straightforward, very simple. You're very rarely going to get people to say no. I don't see why anybody would be against this. Obviously, I don't really see why anyone would be against this. Now, I've gone through a lot with you. I've literally listed out everything. Like, if you apply this, if you set your profile up like a landing page as opposed to a CV, and you build your network with intention, as time goes on, you're going to notice your profile views are going to shoot up. You're going to be seen as a thought leader within your industry for your specific niche. But if you are having any trouble actually applying this to your LinkedIn, go down, book a call. We'll go through everything for free. We'll go through your profile, what's working, what's not working, and then we can put actionable steps in place to overcome any of the issues you're facing. But yeah, until next time,